Hi everyone. So we're back with another amazing class on top 5 tips to score good in your IELTS writing examination. Now, writing is something that a lot of people are very scared of, like super scared. Okay, so of course, nothing will work if you haven't practiced enough, if you haven't worked under expert guidance. So the first tip I'm telling you right now here, that expert guidance is the most important factor to clear your examination. So of course, this tip is going to work before your exam. So it's for the preparation time, right? So anyone of you who does not know me, who still doesn't know what Unacademy is, what we're doing, the amazing work that we're doing on Unacademy, well, let me just give you a brief introduction. Unacademy is one of the best platforms in this entire world to prepare for a lot of entrance examinations and for a lot of different exams. IELTS category is also one of the very good categories on Unacademy. The educators are verified, they're experts in their fields, and they know what they're doing. So you can completely trust them. Secondly, Unacademy is extremely affordable. It's very convenient. You can learn wherever you are. You might be in your office, would be with your family, you'd be having dinner, but still you can learn. So there's no stop at learning. We never put a full stop at learning. And I am Aayushi Rajput. I'm one of the top educators in the IELTS category on Unacademy. I'm a lawyer by profession. I myself scored an overall IELTS band of 8. My writing band is also probably 8. I don't remember it really. But come join me on Telegram. Okay, this is my Telegram channel, IELTS by AAYUSHI. If you have any doubts, if you want to see my scorecard, again come to Telegram. I'll share my scorecard with you. And yeah, so let's get started. Let's crack it. Now, one of the biggest problems that people face with the writing section is how to write, what to write, how should I start, okay? Now, the top 5 tips for your IELTS writing examination. The first one is going to be the use of language, correct language. You should know the different kind of languages, the different forms of writing that you will use in a formal letter, in an informal letter, for a report writing, that means task 1 of academic examination, or in an essay. Now, formal letter or an informal letter is for your general training examination, task 1. A report writing is for your academic examination, task 1. And an essay is for your task 2 in both general plus academic exam. The level of difficulty varies a little bit from general to academic, but more or less it remains the same. The concept, how to write it, how to prepare, remains the same. Now, in your formal letters, the salutation, the beginning becomes important. The kind of language you're using to sign off becomes important. You have to start with respected sir, dear sir. In an informal letter, you have to start with the name. Hi Brenda, dear Brenda. Hey, I miss you. How are you? Words like that. Now, again, when you're ending the letter, right, you would probably end with yours obediently or yours faithfully or looking forward to your reply. Here, you'll end it with hope to see you soon, hope you're doing good, it's been so long. So the language differs from informal to formal, formal to informal. Now similarly, in report writing, when you're describing a bar chart, you should first learn how to understand a bar chart, what kind of information is being given to you. Again, all the information that you give in the report has to be in passive voice, has to be in passive. Okay, so the bar chart talks about, or the bar chart gives information on weather patterns in different cities in the world. The chart, according to the chart, there has been a growth in these years and in these cities. Again, you're talking in a passive voice, and the way that you express your answers is different than you generally do. So the first step is to focus on the language. Pay attention to the different kind of languages that you will have to use in different scenarios. And of course, by language, I also mean accuracy and correctness of your English. That means pay attention to your grammar. Now, point number two is your vocabulary. Every situation will warrant for different kind of vocabulary. So pay attention to what kind of vocabulary you're using in each of these situations. Tip number three is to pay attention on your content. How to create enough content. First way to do is by answering all the question prompts that you've been given. Now let's take a formal letter. The letter says you're one of the you're one of the foreign student exchange program students. You live in a hostel, but the facilities that you've been provided are not satisfactory. You face a lot of problems and your exams are coming. Write a letter to the dean or write a letter to the warden. Explain your situation and also explain what you would like to happen or what you would like to do. So the question is giving you some hints. It's giving you the background of the story. Follow that background. It's giving you the bullet points to talk about. Talk about your hostel scenario, your living scenario, what are the problems that you're facing. So you also have to imagine in your content, because the question will not tell you exactly what to write. Now you have to imagine. You have to imagine that there are some rats in the room, that the lighting is not correct, that the plumbing is not proper. So the room is not livable. So you have to imagine. Now, what was the next prompt? Write a complaint letter. It's a complaint letter, so you will bring all of these things to the attention of the warden. Then in the end, some suggestions. What would you like to happen? Now again, imagine, give your own answer. Do you want him to allot you a different room? Or do you want him to fix the problems with your current room? Talk about that in the letter. Sir, kindly allot me a different room. Sir, kindly fix all of these issues with the room. I'll be very thankful. Thank you. So follow the hints that the question is giving you, right? Similarly, in an essay, if the essay is about a lot of people think that increasing the prices of petrol and diesel will help combat environmental pollution. To what extent do you agree or disagree? Then the question is giving you a lot of points. The first point that you have to do is talk about the issue. Give me a neutral background statement. What is environmental pollution? What are the uses of petrols and diesels? Then come to the thesis, come to the problem, that people think that if we increase the prices, it might help combating environmental degradation. Now come to your body paragraph. Say why this can happen or why this cannot happen. Give your opinions. I think what these people think is right, or in my opinion, this will not solve the problem. Then give reasons for your opinion and then conclude it. So your essay question will give you a lot of hints on what to cover, what to write. Now, of course, coherence becomes extremely important. If you don't have coherence, if you don't have a logical sequence following through your entire content, it will not make much sense. Because of course, if you're writing an essay, first you introduction, you will not start with conclusion. An introduction go you won't keep in the end. So there's a logical order of things. Similarly, each of your body paragraph. So those of you who do not know what a body paragraph is, if you're writing an essay, the first para will be your introduction, then body para 1, body para 2, and your conclusion. This is how you write an essay. You introduce the topic, you conclude the topic, and in the middle of this all, you give your main content, you discuss your ideas, and you give examples. So in your body paragraphs also, try to create enough coherence. If you don't have coherence in your writing, a lot of it will not make sense. You will lose marks. So Pay attention to language, pay attention to proper vocabulary, and pay attention to your content and coherence. Now, the last thing is your word limit. You know very well that for your task 1, you have to write 150 words. And for your task 2, you have to write 250 words. I'm talking about both IELTS General and IELTS Academic. Task 1, 150 words. Task 2, 250 words. So stick to that word limit. Complete the bare minimum. Can you write 100 words here? Yes or no? Can you write 100 words here? Just give me your answer in the live chat. I am looking at the live chat now. You can give your responses there and I'll read your responses in the class. So try and interact with me as much as you can, okay? And of course, if you have any doubts in this class, regarding IELTS preparation, anything, so just send your queries in the comment section and I'll look at them and respond. So yeah, I see Rohit saying that no, you cannot write 100 words, right? So I hope that is clear. 150 is the minimum. Now you can write 160, you can write 180, but you cannot write 148 words. You will lose marks. So it's important that you complete your task. You will be scored for task completion. And the task will be complete when you answer all these question prompts, when you answer all the bullets that your question is asking you to, and when you complete the word limit. Similarly, for your essay, you can write 300 words, you can write 270 words, but you cannot write 240 words. Right? So language, vocabulary, content, coherence, and word limit. Now, bonus tips, okay? Just a bit of bonus. For your content and coherence, you have to be creative. As I've told you, you have to imagine. The question will only give you hints, but then you will have to visualize, you will have to fill in the additional details, okay? So don't forget to visualize, don't forget to imagine, don't forget to fill in additional details. Like in your letter, you will be given a situation, but the details of the situation have to be filled by you. Write the flat number, like the number, the hostel block, room number, your living situation. Are you living alone? Are you living with a roommate? What are the problems? You have to imagine the problems in your room. They will not be given in the question. So be creative, be imaginative, create your content. These are some of the common topics by which you can learn how to practice. Of course, there has to be unity, order, variety in your sentence. So basically, by unity, what I mean, that you should construct a paragraph that is brought together, that has coherence, that is making sense. The paragraph should explain itself. And then your paragraph should have a logical sequence. They should be in order. Every sentence should have a logical sequence and a lot of variety in your sentence structures and in your vocabulary. So these are the essentials of a good paragraph. It is unity, topical sentence, logical sequence of thoughts, variety, a full and rounded final sentence. Now I've explained you everything, but I haven't explained you what is a topical sentence and what is a final sentence. So as the word says, the topical sentence is the first sentence. So your entire passage will have an introduction and conclusion, but your each paragraph, body para 1 and body paragraph 2, can also have a good first line, a good first sentence that will create a base for the rest of the details that you're giving. I'm talking about essay writing now. Similarly, the last line of the paragraph should conclude everything that you've talked about in the content of the paragraph. So what exactly I'm talking about? Read this. Is the mad craze for speed that is responsible for motor accidents? This is your topical sentence, the first sentence that will introduce the rest of the topic. Now I'm giving additional details, and in the end, I'm concluding. To drive at such a speed down a twisting road is simply to cause disaster. So my first sentence, my last sentence are basically explaining the topic, and in the middle, I'm giving all the additional details. So to create a good introduction, you need to follow these 3 steps. A neutral background sentence, you rewrite the question, and then you tell us what this essay will do. Your essay will have an introduction, a body para 1, a body para 2, and a conclusion. This is how you create your body paragraphs. And this is how you create your introduction. Now imagine this is the question. Every year, more and more students choose to study online rather than attend classes on campus. What do you think are the causes of this? What solutions can you suggest? Now you have to write 250 words. You have to write 250 words on this one. What will you do? You will give a neutral background sentence. Like I've said, you will talk about something in general. So what is a general sentence? With the modern electronic gadgets and accessible internet, studying online is becoming increasingly popular. Neutral background sentence, done. Second, rewrite the question. Each year, more students opt to study online as opposed to attending classes on campus. This was my question. I am paraphrasing it. Now last, this essay will, I'll tell the examiner what am I going to do now. In these body paragraphs, what am I going to talk about? This essay will discuss the reasons why this is happening and put forward several recommendations to solve this issue. So this is how you create a good introduction, because a lot of students don't know how to start their essay. This is how you start your essay. So right, let me just quickly conclude everything. So the top 5 tips for your writing examination are the use of proper language, proper vocabulary, good content, coherence, and do everything in the word limit. And the bonus tip is I have taught you how to write a body paragraph perfectly and how to write the first introduction, how to start the essay properly, right? So yeah, that was all for today's class. You can find more such interesting classes which will very crisply deliver all the content to you. Follow me on Unacademy and follow this YouTube channel, the IELTS Unacademy YouTube channel, so that you don't miss out any of the videos. And if you still don't know what Unacademy is, if you're still not on Unacademy, well, it's one of the best learning platforms ever, and it's extremely affordable. A 1 month subscription on Unacademy is for only 2,700 rupees. And if you use my referral code, which is AAYUSHI, you'll get a 10% off, and it will be for 2,430 rupees only. So I hope you enjoyed this session, and happy learning to you guys. Bye bye.